Have you ever considered what porn is for? Likely you're using it to feel good. What is also likely, is that ultimately it is making you feel bad. I want you to explore and investigate, if porn is actually doing what you want it to do for you. First of all, there's no need for porn anymore, because you're going to learn it's not serving you. And then how you can shift that purpose. And how you can know that your brain is performing better, so that you will achieve the end that you are using porn for. What is the purpose of porn use? Let's delve in that. We know it is a means to an end, so the end probably is pleasure. So there's typically 3 reasons that people consume pornography. Number 1 is seeming pleasure, because dopamine is the neurotransmitter that chases down pleasure. Unfortunately, it never finds it ultimately, but it is the pleasure-seeking neurochemical. So when people consume porn, usually it's because they want to get some pleasure, to escape the chaos, or the pain, or just the normalcy of life. Secondly, we know that porn is used for boredom. So if you're bored, it fills a lot of time, and it becomes a way that your brain gets this rush. It is better than sitting and doing nothing for him. Then number 3, the top reason is to distress, to take the edge off of anxiety. Science shows, that's the number 1 reason, that people go to porn, for seemingly pleasure. So pleasure get rid of boredom, and to take the edge off of anxiety, that's why people are going to porn. I want you to think about this for you, your life, and what you have going on. So the purpose is using porn, as the means to get to the end of pleasure, and feeling good. But apparently, she's not doing that for you. Because what we also know, from the neuroscience, is that there is a pleasure-pain paradox. That when you're chasing pleasure down too much, it ultimately creates a lot of pain. And the science shows that porn creates anxiety, depression, brain fog, difficulty thinking, poor focusing, and erectile dysfunction. We know relationships are destroyed by porn use. When you persist in a compulsive habit, in a pornography consumption habit, what happens is your brain on a cycle, whether you know it or not. It's cycling through the need for dopamine, to offset the pain of reality, that is being created by porn. But being pulled back into the screen, to get a dopamine hit, so that you can feel better. That is a short-lived hit. On the other side of that, is the pain-pleasure paradox. So first comes pleasure, then comes a lot of pain, for more of the time. You're using porn to feel good, and to take the edge off anxiety, but it's actually making you feel bad, and creating more anxiety, when you're not consuming it. Therefore, the means does not create the end. What we can do to create the end, is get on purpose. So that you're not in pain in the real world, and needing to hit the easy button, to go back into the screen. When you're on purpose in your world, and you are working on that feeds your soul, and makes you feel good. You have relationships, that people you actually like hanging out with. And spending time with them, and doing hobbies that you enjoy. Now you can feel good in the world all the time. There's no need to escape into the screen. It might be challenging to break that habit, because we know when a habit is ingrained neurologically. It takes time, to weed over those old neural pathways, and to build new ones. But it can be done by building the habit, of being on purpose in your life. What happens when you are no longer watching? We will not have the doubling of pain in real life, that will start to lift and subside. Things will become clearer, and your relationships will get better. You will be able to feel calmer, and more focused. All these results will be related to you, it depends on how disciplined you are, and your desire to quit, and start a new life away from addiction.